Okay.
Recording is on.
Okay, recording is started. Okay, welcome to C++ programming. So now, in this class, we'll learn about basics of C programming, and at the end of the course, you should be able to write a program for Arduino, right? Do you know what is Arduino? It's an embedded system. Yeah, you can build like basics of robots. So you should be able to write program on the Arduino devices. So first we need to learn about C programming. So today we're going to first download the IDE. We're going to use CodeBlocks IDE. You can use another IDE if you want, but for this course we're going to use CodeBlocks. So let's first download the CodeBlocks. Just type CodeBlocks on any browser, okay, and you will see this. This is the main website. And you see this download. You need to click on download, okay, and you should click this download the binary release. Okay. If you use Windows, these applications are for Windows systems. And if you use Linux, this application is for Linux operating system. So I'm using Windows 7 now, so I have to download one of these applications. So I'm going to download this version. From top to down is a number 4. MinW. You see that MinW? It's a compiler. So this is contains is compiler. Okay. So I recommend you download this version. And you just click one of these two to download. I'm going to click this source forge. So it will start downloading. Okay, downloading will start in 2 seconds. Small John, if you have questions, you can just text, right? Okay, now it's starting download. It's 145 megabytes, the size of the application. Once download completed, we're going to install it. Are you following, Jalil? Okay, it says another 3 minutes. Let's wait. Our internet is a little slow. Let's see what happens. Okay, another 30 seconds. Sorry about this internet. You know our internet is flying as usual. Okay, so once the download completed, you just click it. Then it will ask you to install it. Okay, just click yes. Now it starts. Ooh. Click next, agree. You see this all should be clicked. This compiler is very important for us. Okay, where do you want to install? I want to install on D disk because my C disk is almost full. So hot blocks. Okay. Okay. Okay, now it started downloading. Okay, it starts installing. Sorry about it. Once it installs, we're going to see our first program. So it's taking a little time. Just be patient. Let's see what's going on here. Cool. Lot of message. Okay. Okay. Okay, now installation is completed. So it's asking, do you want to run the code blocks now? Yes, we want to run. Click next, next. Okay, now it will run the code blocks. Okay, code blocks running. Okay, so this is how it looks, our C programming software, IDE. Okay, so first you have to do is make sure you have to set the compiler. Go to settings, then click on compiler. Okay, then you see this reset defaults here. You see that reset defaults? Just click that. It will ask you, yes, we want to say yes. Are you really sure? Yes, we sure. You see this message? Auto detected. That means compiler is detected, so it can work now. Okay, we just click OK and OK. So now our environment for C programming is ready. So what we have to do now is we start writing program, our first program. So go to files, then click new, then click file. Okay, you see there's few types of files there available. So we need C programming type. So we just choose C and C++ source and click go. And next, C programming, next. Then we have to give our path. Where do you want to save this program file? Just click, then just choose where do you want to save it. Then give the name. For example, uh, first program, right? Click save, okay? Click finish, okay. So now our program file is open. So we start our program by including the library hash include studio. We have to include the studio library. Okay, then we're going to write our main method. Okay. First, now we want to just print some message to see our program working or not. Okay, let's start. Printf. Okay, so let's write. This is my first program, right? Okay, we write our statement in the main method. So what we have to do now, we have to debug it just to see, just check it if there's any error. So if you want to check that, you just click this button, build button. Okay, click it. You see, there's no error here. You see this build finished, 0 errors, 1 warnings. So 0 errors means our program will work. So we just click the run. Okay. So this is our first program. You see that message on the top? This is my first program. So our program is working now. So just press any keyword so it will close. Right? Okay. So if you want to change this statement, you can change to, for example, my course is C++. My course, let's say name is it. Then you have to build and run. Okay, now you see that change. My course name is C++. Our message has changed. Okay, so what we have to do now? So far, this is the first program, and this is a statement. The next thing we have to learn today is comments. Comments are for programmers only. So if you put inside this two element, it will be comment. For example, this is my first program. Let's make it bigger. Now you can see small jump. Okay. Okay. This comment is not a programming line. It's a comment for programmers. Let's just imagine you're writing like 10,000 of lines of code, so you cannot remember every line, right? For just to recall what you have done, what you have written in that specific line, you just write comment there. For example, this is a print, right? You can put like this. Print my course name. So you know, once you read this, you know this statement is about the course name. Okay? And this is one version of writing comments. Another version is double slash. If you put double slash, this is also comments. If you run your program, these comments will not appear. You see? It's just a comment for programmers only. Okay, some students suggest this, you should make it bigger. Okay, I think this is enough. I cannot do bigger than that. Okay, small John, now it's good. Can you read it? Okay, ooh, it's big now. Okay, good. Small John, this is a opening comments element. This is a closing comments element. Okay, you can write in the same line if you want. For example, right? This double slash also comment. For example, you can put this behind this line. Print course name. Right? Okay. These two are comments. This is only for programmers, okay? Okay. Next thing we have to learn is one important thing is this semicolon. This semicolon means at the end of this programming code, it will terminate this line, okay? If you delete this semicolon, that means it's an error. Let's check it. Okay. You see there's an error, expected semicolon before curly bracket, closing curly bracket. Closing curly bracket is this. So that means before closing curly bracket means our last line. We put the semicolon here, so our program should work fine now. You see, it's working now. And next important thing for you is, this is a main class, not main class, main method. Every method you write, every statement you write should be called in here, so it will run. If you see this parentheses, it means it's a method, okay? And the method has a brackets, curly brackets. So curly bracket is a starting of that method, and closing curly bracket is the end of that main method. So this too is very important. Just don't forget, curly brackets are for starting and closing of that main method or another method. Okay? Okay, so far we learned about comments and debugging, semicolon, and today's we have to learn about variables also. Let's type, we have few types, few data types. One of them are integer. Integer you can define as int. int is an integer in C program. So this is a data type. So variable is a name of the variable. For example, number 1 or number. Okay. So this number is a variable. This integer int is, excuse me, int is data type. So, okay, semicolon. Now our number has no value. Okay, so in order to give a value, we have to assign number into some value. Let's do that. Number, assign any number, for example, 7, and semicolon. These semicolons are very important. I hope you understand that. Okay. So now this number is our variable name. Okay. This integer is data type. Okay. So if you want to print this number, you just write printf, and our integer has a symbol like d. This is a, if you want to print integer, you have to put that d, and just comma, then put number, then just debug it. Then let's put this one as a comment, so it will not run. Then run. Oh, we have to debug one. So you see that 7, I know it's small, but you cannot make it bigger. There's a 7. It's this number's value. Okay, this number value is a 7. So if you print this number, output will be 7. Its value. Output will be this variable's value. Okay, you can change this to 77, for example, then debug and run. This is at 77. Okay, so this variable, or you can call identifier, this data type, and this is a value. Okay, you can define variable and assign the value to variable in the same line. For example, if you delete this, if you put it this way, it's also fine. It will work. Let's check. See, there's 77, or you want to 79. It's printing 79. Okay. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. Another last thing we have to learn today is constant. Okay. There's a keyword called const. Okay. If you put constant before this variable, that means this constant, this number's value, which is 79, cannot be changed. It cannot be changed because it's a constant. For example, let's try to change it. Number 9. If you debug it, you see that there's a red square, means it's error. Because this number already defined on the 5th line, and it's a constant. Constant means it cannot be changed. For example, the pi number, right? Pi is a float, right? Float, let's put pi 3.14, right? So this pi value will never change, right? It's a constant. So if you come across this kind of variable, you have to put constant before you start defining the variable, right? So if you want to change this pi value, for example, 3.9, it will not change. You see, it will not change because it's a constant. And if you want to print this, just put that. Okay. Printing. It's printing. Oh, you have to put this F because it's a float. Now it will print correctly. Okay, you see that 3.14000 is a float number. Float means decimal number. It's a pointer number. Okay, let's review our course today. Today we learn about how to download and install the C programming environment and how to write first program. We learn about main method. We learn about comments. We learn about statements. We learn about variable. We learn about constant variables, right? Today we learn a lot. So for you to understand more clearly, you have to go and write program, practice more until next week. So you will get more deeper understanding. It will be easy for you to understand next class. So I think it's enough for today. So I will upload this video to YouTube. So I will give you the link. For those who didn't attend this class, they can watch the video and they will know what we studied today, what we learned today. Small Joe, any questions? Small John. Okay, you can ask questions. Just type it. I will answer. Then another thing that I forgot, the presentation PPT is on the Moodle. If you log into Moodle, you can see all the documents there, all the presentation, all the books I upload there. Okay. Okay, I think that's enough for today. See you next week.